When you simp for this other person, even though they are clearly not interested in you, that will not end well. And I know that because I've been there. I made the same mistake as you at one point. And trust me, it never ends well. You might be thinking this is some innocent, wholesome Disney thing, and that while this person feels terrified of you right now, they will be extremely happy once they actually get to know you. I know you're probably thinking that, but let me tell you, they are not thinking the same thing. They are not just gonna think, Disney, this person is genuinely terrified of you. And even if you genuinely are a nice person deep down and you actually wish the best for them, they are still not gonna give you a chance, because last time somebody gave someone a chance, they got murdered. This person just does not want to take the risk, and you gotta accept that. And this is also for your own good. You really don't want to end up getting a restraining order and then getting arrested for simping. Move on, work on yourself, improve yourself, and then look elsewhere, find someone else, and then you can show this person that they have missed out on a good guy. That's at least how I do whenever I get rejected. But otherwise, I think you have a chance to become a decent person. But this, I do not approve of this. This will genuinely not have a happy ending. It's not gonna be like Disney, it's gonna be like Criminal Minds. And you give other furries a bad name. You are basically playing into the stereotype of furries being weirdos, when you can instead work on becoming a good example for other furries. They think that by defending Pokimane and absolutely loving her, and not seeing that gremlin inside of her, they will, you know, get inside her pants. Hey, simps, you realize Pokimane probably has a boyfriend. Now, the reason why I feel sorry for her is because this is clearly someone who, as a child, has been brainwashed with this whole "you're okay the way you are, everyone is a winner" mindset, and now she fails to understand that some things you do, such as having too many tattoos and piercings, are, not okay. And therefore, she is so confused right now. And this is why I think we need more Asian parents in the Western world.
You doctor yet?
No, Dad, I'm 12.
Talk to me when you doctor!
We need a stricter upbringing as children. And if you are a child yourself, you might be thinking your parents are way too strict. But one day, you will thank them for that. Trust me. Because this right here is what happens when people are too nice to you when you are a child. This is also why I am for bullying in some cases. Now, I don't think it is acceptable to bully someone for things they cannot change, such as their race, ethnicity, or skin color, but you should be allowed to bully someone for things they can change, such as if they make cat noises. You need to let them know that making cat noises is objectively bad, because if you do not let them know, then they will eventually have to learn it the hard way as adults. And this is kind of what we are seeing right here. She has been love-bombed as a child and now can't accept how cruel this world really is. And so I'm actually glad she gets to make those TikToks, so that she can receive constructive criticism from people. So it seems like this is someone who most likely used to be a normal person, who became ruined after using too much social media. This is why I keep saying this to everyone. Go out and touch some grass every once in a while. You see me making online videos all the time, yet you never see me make any degenerate statements like this. And this is because I also try to have a life outside of the internet. I am doing fitness, socializing, and things like that, other than always being chronically online. Because moderation is key, and if you don't have moderation in life, you will end up like this ex-comedian. The reason why I feel bad for Sneako is because he is ruining his own life without realizing it. He thinks that by being a bully, he is cool, he gains respect from the alpha males, he gets all the ladies, and everyone is scared of him. But in reality, he is seen as nothing more than an embarrassing clown. And the only people who look up to him are that 1% that are also seen as embarrassing clowns by everyone else. And because Nico thinks this behavior makes him cool, he feels motivated to continue this behavior, and thus he continues to embarrass himself more and more, and he keeps digging himself deeper into a rabbit hole, and he's gonna leave a stained legacy behind him. He will most likely get beaten to death eventually by someone like this fighter, which is a painful way to go out, by the way. And on his tombstone, there will be text saying, "He lived a pathetic clown and he died a pathetic clown." This is a fate I would not wish on my worst enemy, and so I hope Nico gets the help he needs. He made fun of Penguin Zero for being a nerd who barely goes outside, but ironically, this keyboard warrior behavior gives me the vibes of someone who actually needs to go outside and touch some grass. Now I know a lot of young men are insecure about this, but let me tell you that you will attract way more girls with a baby wiener than you would with a baby wiener that got damaged in the most painful way imaginable. Don't try to fix the things you cannot fix. Focus instead on the things you can control. Go to the gym, make money, be a good person, and all that. It doesn't make you look good. Just admit that you were being edgy and just trolling, rather than being like, "Oh, I am 2% black, so I am actually allowed to say the word. PewDiePie said this, so I can say it as well. Oh, I meant to say the word as homie, rather than just mindlessly trolling." Because that is when you turn mindless trolling into something more serious. 20 minutes of fun yield 20 years of hard work. And you can say, "Oh, just use protection," but even then, it's not absolutely guaranteed that the protection will work. It might break and things like that. And this is why, like I said, if you don't want kids, which is a reasonable thing to not want for some people, then just don't do the dirty! And if you're horny, do it to yourself! Choke the chicken! Don't involve someone else, okay? Why is this so difficult to understand? All the negative comments are either people who are miserable themselves and we need to give them more love, or it's people that give actual constructive criticism. You must take the latter to heart and strive towards becoming a better person. If I were to give Illuminati one piece of advice, that would be to stop. Stop destroying your own career even more. Your career is already ruined, and you cannot recover from it. So the very least you can do is save the little that's still left of your career, rather than trying to destroy that as well. Rather than immaturely suing people for apparently lying. Just own up to your mistakes, if you have done any. Okay, I am not slandering you, so don't sue me. Everything I say in this video is only based off of what others have said. It's allegations, okay? I don't really know what you have actually done because I don't know you personally. However, if you really have done all of those mistakes, then own up to them. Apologize to everyone you hurt. Apologize to Oz Media for manipulating him and almost evicting him out of his house. Apologize to that person whose sensitive information you leaked to the public. Apologize to everyone for being immature and sending cease and desist letters and suing them, and be a better person. Maybe someone out there will accept you in society, but if you keep going at the things you do right now, then I don't see any bright future for you whatsoever, and you just become nothing more than a laughing stock. But I personally hope this pastor one day finds the path of God and truly regrets everything he said in here. He's an old man, he doesn't have that much time left, so he should really live his last time to the fullest, or else he will burn in heck. People do not hate on you because you are plus-sized. They hate you because you live a horrible lifestyle and you tell others to live it as well. Get off the toxic validation mindset. You're not good the way you are, okay? You gotta keep improving. Don't just be yourself, but be the best version of yourself, okay? Here's the thing. She used to be Sneako's ex-girlfriend, and Sneako was an active guest on the Fresh and Fit podcast, where they claim women are horrible creatures and that you should be treating them poorly. Now, obviously, not all women are bad. However, when your point of reference is Xena the fucking Witcher, then of course you will assume women are bad. Sneako, and literally anyone who listens religiously to Fresh and Fit. You live in an area where people worship the devil. Of course women are horrible in that place. Travel to some more exotic countries full of trad wives, and you will find good women. I believe this man needs to get out there in the dating market, and he needs to start meeting people, and that's what he should be spending his money on, because I can tell you that if you spend your money on this, you might get pleasured, sure, but you're not gonna have children who can take care of you when you're old. I think most people who support pedophilia are not doing it because they are evil, but rather because they are ignorant. We all know pedophilia is bad, but let me ask you why pedophilia is bad. Because it seems that, while everyone knows pedophilia is bad, not everyone knows why pedophilia is bad. So if you answered that pedophilia is bad because it's bad or because someone else has told you it's bad, you officially lost. Before I get lynched, I wanna state that I do think pedophilia is bad, and I will explain the rational reason why it's bad, but before I do that, I wanna point all of this out because I think this is a problem in our society. We don't talk about pedophilia. We never explain to our kids the reasons why pedophilia is bad. We just indoctrinate them the belief that pedophilia is bad because, well, just because. And this leads to the children, eventually when they grow up, suddenly going, wait a minute, why is pedophilia actually bad? And they start questioning the very limiting things their parents have told them. And this is how people like Vosh suddenly ask questions like, wait a minute, I know possessing cheese pizza is illegal, but why is it illegal? So let me educate you on this. When you essay a child, you basically ruin their childhood, and you ruin their life. Children are more conditioned to being manipulated, and even though they might quote-unquote consent doing it with you when you are much older, they will most likely change their mind once they get a little bit older, and they will regret the decision for the rest of their life. This is why people say kids cannot consent. They think they can, but they cannot. And when you possess cheese pizza, you get normalized to this kind of behavior. Behavior that ruins children's lives. There is more I can say about the topic, but I'm not old enough nor am I educated enough to say more complex stuff without getting on the watch list. I am one of the people who have been taught during childhood that pedophilia is bad without ever questioning it. However, I tried my best to educate myself because I do not want to ruin any childhoods. So this is the oversimplified information I just laid out right here. However, I feel like a lot of people are oblivious even to such oversimplified information. This is why I think we need to talk more about pedophilia. We need to teach our kids not that pedophilia is bad, but why it is bad. Because to me it seems like so many of those people who get accused of pedophilic implications, well, maybe except for EDP445, that creep is hunting kids because he enjoys it and he's a bottom of the barrel waste of human space. But I feel like most of those people, from Yanderedev to Vosh, are people who clearly never understood well enough why this is all such a disgusting act, and therefore they start asking questions like, but what if the minor is the one who wants it? So he says he will do anything to get popular, and we all know what he means by anything. Basically, causing and creating as much drama as possible. And here's the thing, yes, people like Sneako, Jack Doherty and Hassan Piker are famous because of all the drama, and everyone talks about them. But guess what? As soon as the drama dies down, all of those people will be forgotten. They will become irrelevant and fade into obscurity. Don't believe me? Allow me to send you into a time machine and mention Playmate Tessie, Onision and I'm J Station. Your reaction right now is probably, I forgot those people existed. And here's the thing, all of those people used to be extremely popular. Everyone was talking about them on the internet, and everyone was talking to their grandmas about those people. That's how trending they were. But then everyone forgot about them completely. Compare these people to someone like PewDiePie or Markiplier. No, they are no longer at their peak careers, but people remember them. People to this day keep talking about PewDiePie and Markiplier. But on the contrast, when is the last time you have heard anyone mention the name Playmate Tessie besides Mr. Troll? This is what I mean. If this guy tries to be as abrasive as possible and become famous for only that, sure, he will become extremely famous, but that fame will be short-lived and soon he will become an even bigger nobody than he was before he started streaming. If you're an adult and you wanna hang out with minors, then just get yourself your own kids, either through an adult, romantic partner, or through adoption. I don't care, but do not under any circumstances create friendships with minors who aren't your own. Nobody finds that cute. Nobody found that cute 3 years ago when Sia was having a friendship with Maddie Ziegler, and those two were the same gender, mind you. When you have a friendship with minors, that is just gonna raise so many questions. And even if you want that friendship to be completely innocent and wholesome, pretty much anyone with a functioning brain can figure out that there is always a risk that this friendship might one day change into something not as innocent and wholesome. Jack Doherty, if you are watching this by any chance, I know you probably aren't, but let's hope you someday see this. There is still hope for you. You can turn your life around. You can start actually helping people, and maybe your life will become more fulfilling, and maybe some true kind-hearted people out there will forgive you. However, keep walking the path you're already walking, and you will leave a legacy as a clown that was desperate for attention. Jack, I am willing to give you a second chance. Turn your life around, not for my sake, but for your own. Because if you don't, you might live to regret not making that decision for the rest of your life. I may have said this already in a previous video, but the number one rule when it comes to dealing with haters: do not feed the trolls. Like, Dream, do you seriously think that those Twitter degenerates do not realize how much damage they are causing you? No, you're stupid, because they know exactly what they are doing. They intentionally want to cause damage to you because they hate your guts, and because they are trolls that want to get a reaction out of you. Therefore, the least you can do is to ignore them. And once again, maybe those allegations are true, but I want those allegations to come from someone less degenerate than a Twitter user. If you get criticized for something you could technically improve on, then it's constructive criticism and you need to improve. For example, a month or so ago, I used to get comments complaining about my poor audio quality. So guess what I did? I improved my audio quality. Is it perfect? I don't know, but it's a step up from my previous quality. You gotta admit that.
Hello everyone, it's Mr. Troll delivering an update.